We're back on Prehistoric Island, where there are many different types of herbivores and carnivores, omnivorous dinosaurs. This is a family group of Rubeosaurus, a ceratopsian, much like Styracosaurus. Grazing next to it is another Styracosaurus-like animal dinosaur, Centrosaurus. Centrosaurus isn't part of the family of Rubeosaurus, but the Rubeosaurus doesn't really care about him where he is. The Rubeosaurus family group consists of the father, the mother, the two little twin kids, and the almost full-grown juvenile kid who helps watch over the twins. Classic family with dinosaurs. The Rubeosaurus really do resemble much of that of a Styracosaurus. They have the long frill horns and nose horns and no brow horns. This is similar to Centrosaurus, but it doesn't have relatively long frill horns. It has a long nose horn though, and no brow horns. Let's see what else is happening on Prehistoric Island. We'll get back to them soon enough. Over here, a pack of 6 Ozoraptorosaurus feast on what is left of the tail of a full-grown Chubitosaurus, a saltosaur. The baby Chubitosaurus, the Chubitosaurus' youngster, watches over the feast. But this won't be enough to satisfy the pack of 6, and the alpha male knows that. So he eyes the baby Chubitosaurus while the rest feast on what remains of the tail. Sensing the upcoming danger, the baby Chubitosaurus tries to make a run up the mountain pass to hide in safety with a group of Ankylosaurs. Sensing his escape, the Ozoraptorosaurus runs into action, followed by the remaining 5 members of the pack. Although the mountain pass is steep and hard to get past, and many of the Ozoraptorosaurus fall before and then get back up and start running. Eventually the Chubitosaurus stops and is cornered by the Ozoraptorosauruses. He is jumped on multiple times until he falls, slides down the mountain pass, breaks his neck, and dies. The pack feasts on what's left of him. Or what is him, basically. The pack faced no injuries. It just faces now a good meal. Let's check out what's on the mountainous area. The group of ankylosaurs is a family group of the ankylosaur Talarurus, a semi-large armored dinosaur with similar features to that of Ankylosaurus, with the club tail and the bony plates around his body covered with little spikes and nubs. This is a family group with a little baby Talarurus. In fact, they are so heavily armored though, that they don't really have to worry as long as they protect the youngster well enough. The youngster has its own share of armor as well though, but it doesn't have to worry too badly under the protection of the adults. A Lambeosaur grazes on another part of the mountainous area. It's a relative of Parasaurolophus. In fact, it's pretty much the same, but it's bigger. Charonosaurus. It is exactly the same except size than Parasaurolophus. Has a very similar crest and a similar body shape and function, but it is bigger though and needs a bigger supply of plants. Although it's hunted the same way though. Nothing is really safe around here, especially when there are large carnivores around here. Like this group of Abelisaurus. I wouldn't say group, but a female and male pair of two. And they're about to hunt too. They need to search for a good meal, so they head toward the mountain pass. Straight for the path of the Talarurus. The Talarurus don't sense the upcoming danger, but I'm not sure they have to worry too much about it. They are very heavily armored, and they're tough. Abelisaurus aren't that much strong enough to take on a Talarurus. In fact, what they're eyeing for is a youngster, but instead they fall off. They don't take too much severe damage, but it ends a fight that could have been very bloody. So the Abelisaurus head down the mountain pass to search for a different prey. Right in their path, a family group of Rubeosaurus and the Centrosaurus. Now this is a good choice. There are many younger dinosaurs here, dinosaurs that they can take on. The young male is the first to notice them. So they leap into action before the adults can do anything. And then things suddenly change. The Centrosaurus comes up almost asking for a fight. So that's what he's got. So that's what he gets. He is gained up on by the Abelisaurus. He has nowhere to run. Things are not looking good for him. While he's distracted, the Abelisaurus comes up and attacks him, and then the other Abelisaurus. The Rubeosaurus family may have got away safe, but the Centrosaurus wasn't so lucky. He wasn't the biggest dinosaur in Prehistoric Island, that's for sure. The hunt's over and the Abelisaurus get their meal. Let's head back to the Ozoraptorosaurus and see what they're up to. The Ozoraptorosaurus are ready for another hunt. They finish with the young Chubitosaurus. And so they head off on a rocky plain area in search of another meal. They head out into the very edge of it, where they find a small group of 3 full-grown bachelor male Eotriceratops. Very similar, just a bit smaller than Triceratops. But they decided that since they're all weak and tired, not to take on them just yet. So they head up the mountain pass. And so they head up the mountain pass and head around until they reach the Charonosaurus. Grazing peacefully on top of the mountain, unaware of the upcoming danger. The Ozoraptorosaurus strike. The Charonosaurus was completely unaware. Unfortunately, the Ozoraptorosaurus rely on strength. And he begins to slide down the mountain. Oh, Ozoraptorosaurus and Charonosaurus slide down the mountain. The Charonosaurus is dead, and squished by the Charonosaurus lies a dead Ozoraptorosaurus. Another one barely scaled the flying dinosaur. They did get their meal though, and this one will last them a while. In a time elapse of 3 weeks, we find the pack hunting again in the stone plains. This time of the Eotriceratops pair. There's not much other dinosaurs. The Talarurus are too heavily armored, and no Centrosaurus or Charonosaurus are in sight. The Rubeosaurus herd, well, there's only that family group. If you look at it logically, there's really no more herbivores in the area except for the Eotriceratops, and if they want to go gangster style, the Abelisaurus. It's the same with the Chubitosaurus too. There's not much of them anymore either. Someday they'll have to move, but for now, they're continuing a hunt with the Eotriceratops. Eyeing their pick, they attack. The Eotriceratops shouldn't be too scared, but startled like this causes them to stampede. And out of the scared, and out of the principle of being scared, they head straight to the mountain edge, where they just scale the heights and climb up. 2 of the males leave the other one left behind with the Ozoraptorosaurus. He scales it fairly easily, almost gets stuck once. The Ozoraptorosaurus try to follow in his path. They do it, but not so elite, like the Eotriceratops. One of the bachelors is left far behind, while the others stampede away. The left-eye bachelor stampedes straight at the edge of the cliff. But the Ozoraptorosaurus chasing him. They get beat, and then it happens. The cliffside, some rocks break, and then the whole cliffside comes crashing down with Eotriceratops. It's a rock slide. The pack is ultimately wiped out. The Eotriceratops is dead as well, but so are the Ozoraptorosaurus. Either stuck in the mudslide, their necks broken, or squished by the falling 5, 6, 8 ton Eotriceratops. Well, that's all for now in Prehistoric Island. Hope you enjoyed episode 2, and we'll see you later. Bye.